Hey guys, today we're going to see how to work with arrays in Java. And what is an array? An array is simply a group of or a set of elements of the same type. Okay, that's an array. Okay, so the first thing that we have to do is create a class here, and we're going to call it array practice. Okay, so we're going to include the main method because we're going to run the program from this class. Okay, so now what we have to do is create an array. So we're going to create first an array of names. Let's say names, right? And we're going to say, for example, the first name is going to be Benito. Okay. Second name is going to be Charles, right? Third name is going to be Rodrigo. And the fourth name is going to be Carlos. Okay, so we just created our first array. Okay, so it's an array of names. Right? So we said that an array is a group of elements of the same type. All of these are string, right? They're strings. It's a group of strings here separated by a comma. Okay, and we have to use the curly braces for the arrays, and the number of the array is names. Okay, so now, for example, if I want to print the first element of the array, what I have to do is do the following. Arrays are based, they're zero based. So it means that the first element starts with 0, and then 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so it has 4 elements, but it starts with 0, 1, 2, and 3. So if I want to print the first name, Benito, I can do names 0. Okay, and I'm going to get Benito. So if I run this, it gets Benito. Okay, so if I do number 3, it's not going to get Rodrigo, it gets Carlos, because it starts with 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. So it prints Carlos. Okay, now what if I want to print all of them? This way I can only print one at a time. Okay, but if I do this, okay, let me cut this. I use a for loop. A for loop is a structure that is used to loop on something. So we want to loop on these names. We're going to start from the 0, 1, 2, 3. We're going to loop on this, right? So we use int, and then we say, let's say n for names, right? And then we start from 0, right? And now we say, as long as n is smaller than the length of the array, right? The length of the array, then print the names, right? And we're going to increase this name by 1. Okay? This is usually the structure of any single for loop. Okay? And whenever we want to print the array, okay, all the elements of the array, I have to use a for loop. Okay? So now I can say system.out.print name, but now I don't have to say 0. I can say n, because n is going to increment by 1. So n starts with 0, then it goes, prints this, and n is incremented by 1, then n equals 1. Then it comes here, n1, 2, n2, n3, n3, and then the loop is exited. Okay? The loop ends when n equals 3. Okay? Why do we say here less than the length? Because the length of the array is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So number 4 is not going to be included. If I include this, I'm going to get an error. So I'll show you that later. Now, if I do this, if I run this now, I get all the names. But I don't like the way it is. I want all of them to be printed one below the others. So I use ln. So now, when I print this, I get all the names at a time. Okay? So the other way, you only got one at a time. With a for loop, you can get all the names at once. Okay? So now, if I include this, right, I'm going to have a problem. I get an error. Why? Because this is the length, which is 4. But remember, this number here starts with 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sorry, 0, 1, 2, 3. So 4 is not included. That's why I don't include the length of that. So it has to be less than the length. And of course, 3 is less than 4. 0, 1, 2, 3. Right? Don't forget that. Arrays are 0 based. They begin at 0. Okay? Now, I want to have another array, but this time it's going to be an array of ages, right? And I'll say, let's say 23, 45, 23, 25, 45 again. Well, I'll say 55, okay? All right, so now I have an array of numbers, right? That's why I say int. Here is a string. Its names is an array of numbers. So I put the numbers separated by comma using the same structure, right? Now I'm going to say, and fortunately we have the same length for both arrays, right? It's 4. So I can use the length of names to print both arrays. Okay? So I'm going to say here, I can say Benito, for example, and I can say is, and I can say here, then the array for ages, right? And I can get n, right? And I can say years old, right? So what's going to print now is going to say Benito is 23 years old. Charles is 45 years old. Rodrigo is 23 years old. Carlos is 55 years old. That's the way it should work now. So I can do this. There you go. So I am printing 2 arrays at the same time, but fortunately they have the same length, right? So if I use the length of name, it's going to work anyways because they have the same length. If they have a different length, then you have to do another workaround and find a way to print them all together. Okay? So this is the way you print an array in Java. You declare an array using the type and this square brackets here, the name of the array, the equal symbol, the curly braces, and inside you put the elements based on the type. If it is a string, then you put string separated by comma. If it is an integer, then you can put the numbers by comma. Now let's create another array, but this time it's going to be an array of doubles. So let's say salaries, right? And let's say the first one is going to be 300.56, 450.34, and then 900.78, and then 1000.67. Okay, those are the arrays for these guys. Okay, so I have to put this here. No, now it works. Okay, so I can say now, okay, I say his or her salary because in the array I may have a woman. So his or her salary is, and then I put a dollar symbol here, and I can say salaries n. Okay, remember that they have the same length as names, so I can use all arrays at the same time. Okay, so there you go. Benito is 23 years old. His or her salary is 356, and so on and so forth. So guys, I hope you liked it. This is the way that you declare arrays and print arrays in Java. So I hope you liked it, and I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe.